Hey Kansas City Chiefs fans, it's BJ Kissel again with another video for the new Arrowhead Pride YouTube channel. Tonight we're going to break down the Kansas City Chiefs first round draft pick, Dontari Poe, the defensive tackle from Memphis, who just a few short hours ago the Chiefs selected with the number 11 pick. I think one of the first things that Chiefs fans heard about when, first hearing about Dontari Poe was his athleticism. I think a lot of Chiefs fans heard it around the time of the combine and thought that maybe it just had something to do with the workout warrior. The guy puts his shorts on, puts his shirt on, and goes out there and puts out a good workout. But it's since been said from Scott Pioli and Romeo Crennel that Poe was on their radar before the combine, and the combine just reiterated what they already felt about him. And that's got to make Chiefs fans feel good knowing that he was already on the radar before the combine, and they felt comfortable enough with what they saw on tape to make him the selection there at number 11. So one of the first things that you hear about when you talk about Dontari Poe is the fact that he's 6'5", 350 pounds, and he can move like he does. Like I said, a lot of it was talked about from a lot of analysts regarding his combine workout and how that translated to his game tape. So what I did is I went and found 5 plays. I watched some film tonight on him. I went back and found 5 plays that kind of displays some of that athleticism that Chiefs fans should get excited about when you see it. So the first one's going to be showing his change of direction. You're going to see him here at the top of the screen make a couple of moves, and as soon as the quarterback breaks the pocket, he redirects and gets after the quarterback. That's something you don't normally see from a guy who's 350 pounds. So we're going to watch that play one more time, and you're going to see him here at the top of the screen make a couple of moves and then redirect as soon as he sees the quarterback break the pocket. That's something you got to get excited about for sure. So we're going to see another change of direction play here on the second one, but it's also going to show recognition on a wide receiver bubble screen out to the top of the screen. So you're going to see him right here recognize the screen, get out and move, and then go and make the tackle on the wide receiver. And remember, we're talking about a nose tackle. We're not talking about a defensive end, an outside linebacker. We're talking about a nose tackle making moves like that. Here it is again. You're going to see him recognize the play, go chase him down, and I can't imagine the wide receiver was real thrilled to see him recognize that play and then chase him down. So that's another one of those plays that shows functional athleticism. He showed that he can run, in shorts and t-shirt at a combine, and now you're seeing a couple of plays that show that athleticism translated out onto the field. So the next thing we're going to look at, and one of the things that Scott Pioli and Romeo Crennel have talked about within the last couple hours after drafting him was how he fits into our subset defense and basically taking over the spot that Wallace Gilberry played for us last year. And, for a lot of Chiefs fans that remember, especially the Detroit Lions game, I had done a few plays kind of similar to what this is, and I talked about how we had struggled in the subset defense, in our 2-4-5 defense against the run, and that it didn't matter the down and distance. It'd be 2nd and 2, but if the other team was in a 3 wide receiver formation, we would come out in our subset defense and we would just get plowed for 7-8 yards on the ground every single time. So the fact that Dontari Poe weighs 70 pounds more than Wallace Gilberry and has basically been talked about taking that same spot, that should help us be a little more stout against the run. So we're going to show one play with his pass rush down here at the bottom. You're going to see a spin move from Poe that probably isn't the greatest thing to do as far as consistently showing a spin move in the NFL, because you'll just get mauled by a guard. But I put it in there because the fact that he's 350 pounds and has that fleet on his foot is pretty impressive for a guy his size. So the next we're going to show another one of his pass rushing moves is the bull rush, where he basically gets a double team. He says, I'm just going to go right through you guys, splits the double team, and then goes after the quarterback. You're going to see him lined up here off tackle, and as soon as the play is made, you'll notice that it's also 4th and 6 when he gets after the quarterback. They have moved him around a lot on the defensive line. It's one of the things that caught my eye about him, not only the fact that he never came off the field and had over 65 or right around 65 snaps in this game, but 4th and 6, they split him out off tackle and tell him to get out there and rush the passer. So we're going to look at it one more time. You're going to see him here at the bottom of the screen, just split right through the double team and basically just bull rush over the outside tackle and the guard who's trying to help. So that's another thing that shows a little bit more versatility, and then he's got a couple of moves hopefully that can translate to the Chiefs next season. He can help get after the quarterback a little bit, especially when he's in there in that subset defense. So one of the things that people are going to talk about, him being a developmental nose tackle, is how does he do it against the run. From going back and watching some of the film against him, he does tend to get a little bit high sometimes and lets the offensive linemen get their pads underneath. But when he makes a concerted effort to get low like he does in this next play, nobody had a chance to stop him. And that's one thing you're going to see in this play. You're going to see him lined up right here. You're going to see him hesitate, get low, get his pads underneath, and then the play's over. as soon as he got underneath the pads of the offensive lineman had absolutely no shot. Neither one of them, actually, as they tried to double team him. See him get low, split it, come through, make the play, and then just toss everybody like a rag doll. So this is another one of those plays. Obviously, we're just looking at a few short plays, basically highlight plays from Dontari Poe. So there are, plays where he went out there and struggled, but this is showing some of that functional athleticism that, people didn't necessarily think he had when talking about him at the combine, saying that his game film didn't match, what he did at the combine. But this is showing a 350-pound man making moves that 350-pound men shouldn't make. So hopefully these plays make you a little more optimistic about, the skill set that he's got. Hopefully Romeo Crennel and Anthony Pleasant and all the guys can, get the most out of him, because he's got the ceiling that they talked about, comparisons to Haloti Ngata. And I can see it. It's basically a pick that I'm definitely behind right now, and it was a need that we had. We needed, some more defensive linemen, and he was the one with the highest ceiling. And now let's go out there and get the best out of him, and make this defense definitely elite. So for the new Arrowhead Pride YouTube channel, I'm BJ Kissel.